I wanted to film this in front of a body of water. Ideally it would be in front of the ocean, but I'm in Austria and there is no ocean. So this is the closest I can get. One of the reasons I decided to study marine biology at university and proceed with a master's degree and a PhD in the realm of marine biology was because I thought that as a marine biologist, I would take the front stage, well, not me personally, but marine biologists in general, in solving the issues that our oceans are facing today. I thought that we would, bring balance to the force. But that didn't happen. Yeah. Very noisy here. Very noisy. I'm close to my boyfriend's hometown right now in the Alps, and whenever I'm here, I like to come to the river or into the forest to practice my filmmaking and photography skills. The thing is, I have no clue what I am doing. I take a photo, I see a nice scenery, I think about the composition of the photo, all that, the lighting, whatever. I take the photo, I look at the photo, I'm like, yeah, well, this looks pretty nice, I like that. But I mean, the scenery is pretty nice, so whatever photo you take, it's gonna be pretty nice. So not because of the photography, but because of the thing that I'm photographing is pretty nice. So I always wonder, is this a nice photograph or is just the scenery is really nice? So I feel like in order to really understand if I'm doing something right or if I'm taking good photos or if I'm improving, I think I would need some external input. I would need someone who knows what they are doing to tell me something, Yeah. I don't know. The river is a bit quieter here, but it's starting to rain and I am getting super hot, so let's talk about what we need to talk about. In the 1960s, humpback whale populations were in danger. They were classified as an endangered species, and if nothing had been done, they would have probably gone extinct. The main reason was whaling. Whaling was a huge thing in the 19th century and also in the 20th century. Whale meat was used as food and their blubber was used in oil-burning lamps, especially at the beginning of the 20th century. And whalers and the international communities, whatever that might mean, and countries, realized that if nothing were done, humpback whales would go extinct. It was estimated that at that time there were only around 5,000 individuals worldwide. That's like a big stadium. That's the same number of people that can fit in a big concert. It's not much for a whole species. So in 1966, humpback whale hunting was forbidden. And further down the line in 1986, I believe, a moratorium was declared on all whaling. So all whaling was forbidden starting 1986 because whale populations would not survive. A lot of the whales that now still exist in our oceans would not exist if this moratorium had not been put in place, because they were basically being hunted to extinction. In the years following this moratorium, most whale populations rebounded. Most whale populations increased in numbers, including the humpback whale. The number of whales in the ocean now is not even close to the number pre-industrial times, but it's higher than it was during peak whaling times. Why am I telling you this story? Why is this relevant for this video? It shows us that something can be done, and that if some measures are taken, there are things that can lessen the damage that has been done. So this is a story of success if you consider how bad things were. But what I want to focus on, the second thing, is this is a good story that shows us that marine biologists will not bring balance to the force. At least not alone. And now it's starting to rain, so we have to go back home to continue this conversation. Let's go. Come on. But to explain what I want to explain, it's better to be sitting here comfortably. Let's say we want to build a machine. It's called TOIDIS, the Ocean Issue Detector and Solver. As indicated by its name, the goal of this machine is to create solutions for marine issues. And this amazing prototype that I've just developed right here already has the two main obvious constituents: the issues detector and the solutions generator. The detector represents the entirety of marine sciences, and the solutions generator represents the decision makers. Okay, but how does this machine work? It starts with a detector, always detecting things. Now, sometimes it detects things which are unimportant, but sometimes it detects an issue and it activates the machine. The issue enters the machine and is further scrutinized. The issue is analyzed, tested, and monitored. And potentially it's also where some solutions might already be developed. This part of the machine, together with the detector, is the marine science part of the machine. As you can see here, there's still a lot of machine between the marine science part of the machine and the solutions generator. Now, there are cases in which the flow within the machine is so great that it bypasses any other component and goes directly from the marine science sector to the solutions generator. But this is extremely rare. Usually the flow of TOIDIS needs a little push before it reaches the solutions generator in good conditions, because ultimately that's what we want, right? We want good solutions, not just like some rando solutions. So we need the interior of this machine to be as efficient and as well developed as possible. There are two main engines responsible for the push towards good solutions: society and politics. Now, these engines are ginormous and they can include many other different tinier engines within each one of them. And then there might also be like a little law filter just before the solutions are outputted. I mean, solutions have to be somehow within a legal framework, otherwise they're illegal solutions, so that's very important too. The machine might need several interactions between all its components before it actually outputs a solution. So this is not an unidirectional flow. When I started my marine biology degree, I thought that marine biologists would be involved in all of these components within TOIDIS, but they aren't. I mean, there are those who kind of jump around. I mean, all marine biologists live within a society, so of course all marine biologists are included in the society part of this machine. There are also those who are involved in politics and all that, but academia and research is basically just the beginning of the process that will lead to solutions. And ideally it should be involved also throughout the entire process. I mean, science should be always taken into account when coming up with solutions. So there were a lot of points and times throughout my long-lived scientific career, not long at all, but that I thought whether I had chosen the right career if my ultimate goal was to quote-unquote save the oceans or contribute to its conservation. I'd even considered going into marine policy, doing a switcheroo from science and biology to politics, but I ultimately decided against it and I'm happy I did. I do not regret the job I chose in the end. I also like research and I also like science, which is important if you pursue a career in marine biology and marine research. And in the end, we do need the science. Ultimately, research is needed to make this machine work. It's just not the only important component. And I know that just like me, there are many people right now who think that if they want to help the ocean, they should go into marine sciences or into marine biology. And that's not true at all. Just to give you an idea, the other day I was scrolling through the job openings of two of the main international marine conservation organizations. And amongst maybe 20 job openings, one was for a marine researcher. They were recruiting lawyers, marketers, financial people, IT people, software developers, campaign managers, all sorts of other non-marine biologist people. And that's because successful conservation organizations have realized that in order to make this machine work. We need more than science and marine biologists involved. For those of you who have messaged me saying either that the reason why they want to study marine biology is because they want to save the oceans, or to those who have already a degree in something and wrote me saying that they wish they had studied marine biology because they would like to be working in marine conservation, I want to let you know that you don't need to be a marine biologist to work in marine conservation. We welcome you as a non-marine biologist into our community. We need non-scientific people working on these issues now more than ever. That's why I myself kind of shifted from this side of the machine here to this connecting piece between the marine science part of the machine and the other two engines. If the only reason you want to study marine biology is because you want to save the ocean, there are other options. I mean, if you want to study marine biology because you love research and science as well, that's a good option for you then. That said, I would love to meet some of you, by the way, and have a couple of announcements to make. One is a reminder. Don't forget, there is my Indonesia trip next year. There's still 3 early bird available spots. Check that out. Click down in the link. All the things I'm talking about, the links will be down in the description. Also, my book is still available for pre-sale. Also down in the description. And Maria at home. Back at home in Vienna. It's nice being in the mountains. It's also nice to be in your own apartment, you know. Last announcement, I promise. I've been affiliated to Follow for some time, and I really like their products and I really like their business idea. I have 3 of their bracelets, which I think are really cool. One with the shark, one with a turtle, and their latest bracelet, which is why I am talking about them now, with a penguin. They sell bracelets with animals, just like these ones that I show you. They have other colors as well. And with each bracelet comes a card with an animal of the species of the bracelet you buy to track. And they are able to do this because they partner with organizations that work with these animals, mainly in conservation. And 10% of their profits from each of these bracelets goes towards these organizations. I checked them, they're legit, and I really like their work. So they've just launched their penguin bracelets. I really like. I chose this one. I don't know the name of the color. I'm terrible with remembering things. If you use my link down in the description, you will get 20% off any purchase. Or you can use the code that will appear here. So yeah, that is it for announcements. Let's get back to Maria in the mountains. Thank you all very much. Thank you to all my Patreons over on Patreon for supporting everything I do. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video, share, and subscribe if you want to see more marine related content. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.